Hey guys, it's Mark, aka The Drunk Bunny, back with you again this evening for a new video. Tonight I'm going to be talking about the new album from Billie Joe Armstrong's latest side project, The Longshot. And this album is Love is for Losers. So Billie Joe, of course the lead singer of Green Day, my favorite band of all time, has a new side project out, The Longshot. And if you follow Green Day, you probably know about it. If not, you may not. He's had a history of doing side projects, The Network, Pinhead Gunpowder, Foxborough Hot Tubs. He's got a lot of side projects that he's done throughout his career with Green Day, and I think it's really cool. It's really a way for him to keep himself fresh, because I think he likes making music maybe a little bit more than the other members of Green Day. Something that he needs to keep doing, keep the creative juices flowing. So, yeah, we got this album. This was actually surprise released on April 20th, 2018. They never announced a release date. They just dropped it. And they do not have anything out on physical copy yet. They did press a single for the song Love is for Losers, but they're only selling that at their shows. They have not opened that up to the entire public yet to purchase a copy, so I don't have a physical copy of this album. Really, really hope they do start pressing physical copies soon that are widely available, because unfortunately, unless they add shows on their tour, I won't be able to see them, which makes me very sad. The closest they're coming to me is Philadelphia, and that's like a 6-hour drive. I love Green Day and I love Billy, but I'm not driving 6 hours for a show. So, yeah, anyway, Love is for Losers, it's, very, I don't know, some people would say it sounds a lot like Green Day, some people would say it may not. I think it's completely, to me, in my mind, it's completely different from Green Day, just because it's not all the members of Green Day, it doesn't have the Green Day name, but to me, this sounds like, the Trilogy, but dirtier, heavier, a little bit more rough around the edges, and the songs are much better than what was on the Trilogy, in my opinion. So if you hate Green Day's Trilogy, Uno Dos Tres, of course, from 2012, if you hate those albums, you're probably not going to like this. And I understand that. I'm a person that actually likes the Trilogy. I enjoy it. And this was right up my alley. Because it was a much more rough sounding Trilogy to me, which is the biggest problem with the Trilogy, was that it was too polished, it was too poppy, and it was too bloated. There was too much going on in it. So yeah, that's kind of my overall thought on the album. I really, really like it. I think it is a lot of fun. Do I think it's the best material Billie Joe has ever written? No, it's not. It's a lot of the same stuff. He goes back to the same tropes quite often. Songwriting's maybe not the best on this album, but I really wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting this, I was expecting this to be something to quench his thirst to make music in the meantime, until Green Day comes out with a new album. And since I was going into it like that, I really, really liked it, because I wasn't expecting it to be amazing. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as American Idiot or Dookie or something like that. I was expecting this to be a lot of fun, and it is a lot of fun for me. So let's actually go track by track. Real quick, I need a drinking break. The brew of choice tonight is Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy. Very good. It's almost summertime. Alright, so track by track. First song, The Last Time. This is one of my favorites on the album, probably my second favorite. Really good. Some people have said the lyrics on this one are about addiction, which I could definitely see. I could also see other interpretations. Really, really enjoy this song. Very fast-paced. All of these are fast-paced punk rock songs. Really back to the basics punk rock music, in my opinion. Very inspired by the Ramones and a lot of those Misfits, a lot of the old classic punk bands. In my opinion, this sounds directly like something the Ramones would put out, like a 30-minute album that just doesn't stop. It keeps rocking the whole way through. There are a couple slower songs, but We'll get to that. So yeah, the last time, really, really love the beat on that song, love the groove, and love the lyrics as well. I think these are some of the better lyrics on the album is on this song. And yeah, moving on, song number 2 is Taxi Driver. And I'll be honest, this is my least favorite on the album. I think the lyrics are the weakest on this song, and just something about the beat I don't like. It's sort of catchy, but I don't love it. I know Billy kind of loves this song, I think, based on what he's said about it and what he's performed it live. And you know, it's a fine song. I don't dislike any song on this album. I just think Taxi Driver is probably my least favorite, but again, still good. Number 3 is Chasing a Ghost. In my opinion, the second best out of the original EP that they dropped. They dropped a 3-song EP, if you didn't know, about a week before the album came out. I don't know why they decided to do that, why they didn't just wait to drop the whole album, but okay. I was happy at the time because I was itching to hear this project. So, Chasing a Ghost, again, really enjoy it. I really like the lyrics on this one. I like how the song builds, where it gets gets a little bit more intense until he finally lets out the Chasing a Ghost lyric, and then they go into instrumentals, and I really, really like that. Again, guitar work is solid, drums are great. I actually probably should have told you guys the lineup of the band. Of course, you got Billie Joe Armstrong, the lead singer and guitar player. You've also got Jeff Matika, who is a touring member of Green Day. He plays bass. And then the other guitar player and the drummer are both from the band Prima Donna. I don't actually remember their names, but anyway, they're people that I didn't know prior to this project, but they seem to be doing a pretty good job. Moving on, track number 4 is Body Bag, which was originally released on Billie Joe's movie, Ordinary World, that he starred in. It's a slower song, very, very slow. Well, not very slow, but a lot slower to the rest of the album. Still only clocks in at like 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Again, this whole album moves pretty quickly. Yeah, really, really like this song. It's I think the lyrics are kind of clever. It's got a slower melody to it that I find very catchy. The whole album, I think, is very catchy. That would be a great way to describe it. Yeah, it's always been... I knew what this song sounded like before they released it as the Longshot, but they reworked it a little bit, and I like the way it sounds. I'm not actually a huge fan of the filters that Billy uses on this album. That's the one thing I think that kind of takes away. I would have rather him just sing clean vocals, and I think it would have actually sounded better. But at the same time, I get the artistic choice for the vocal or for the filters because it gives it a little bit grittier sound. But I still would have preferred, at least on this song, to do it without the filters because I don't really love the filters on this. But I really love the song. It sounds amazing. So yeah, moving on. Song number 5 is Love is for Losers, the title track. Probably my third favorite on the album. As soon as this song dropped on the radio, I was in love with it. Very good lyrics. The chorus is extremely catchy. Again, I feel like I'm a broken record because I'm just going to say all these songs are catchy because they are. And yeah, I love the lyrics. I think they're clever. Song number 6 is Cult Hero. Actually one of my lesser favorites on the album. I get Warning vibes from this song. If anybody is familiar with Green Day and the album Warning, this song reminds me a bit of Warning in the lyrics and the music itself, which is not a bad thing because I love Warning. I think it's one of their most underrated albums, but I don't know, something just doesn't quite fit to me with this song. But again, I still like it, still enjoy it, and yeah, overall, it's just, I would say it's one of the weaker ones for me, in my opinion, but I understand why other people would love it. Number 7 is Kill Your Friends. I don't really understand the message of this song, whether it's just supposed to be fun. I think it's just supposed to be fun and funny. I love the lyrics where they're like, can't remember exactly what they are, but the first verse at the end, he's like, "Party in the morgue tonight," which is kind of funny. Not the hugest fan of this song. I think it falls kind of in the middle for me. Really do enjoy it, though. Like I said, I'm going to just say that the entire way through here. Then we get to number 8, which is my favorite song on the album, Happiness. Now, Billie Joe's son, Jacob Armstrong, plays drums on this song, which is pretty cool. It is the catchiest song I've on the album, in my opinion. I love the chorus of this song. It sounds kind of different compared to the rest of the album. It's a little bit more unique, I think, and I think this is the best lyrics on the album, on this song here. So yeah, Happiness, number 8, is my favorite on the album. Number 9, we have Soul Surrender. Kind of a country vibe I get from this one, although I get that from a lot of the songs on this. A little bit country inspired. Not that it's like all country, so you're not going to mistake this for a country record, but it does give me those vibes a little bit, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I think it works to a certain extent. And yeah, I'm kind of indifferent to that song. I like it, but I don't love it. Number 10, Turn Me Loose, another one of my favorites. This song really grew on me. I didn't really love it the first time I heard it. And then the more times I listen to it, I'm like, yeah, I really love that song. I love the ending of that song where they do they repeat the, I don't know if it's the chorus or whatever, the lyrics there at the end. Really like that. And they do the clapping, I think, on this song as well, which I really liked. Good kind of climax for the album, because the last song, number 11, is Goodbye to Romance, an Ozzy Osbourne cover. And Goodbye to Romance is my favorite Ozzy Osbourne song. It's one of my favorite songs of all time, so I was super stoked to see not only that they covered this, but that they put it on the album. That's really freaking awesome. And I love their cover of the song. Absolutely love it. It's a slow song, if you don't know. I'm sure most of you know what this song is, if you're a fan of rock at all. But yeah, slower, sweeter note to kind of end the album. Sweet, bittersweet, because the lyrics aren't really that cheerful, but they are in a way too. It's open to interpretation. But yeah, I really love the ending of this album. It's just the perfect ending. Now, the Longshot did also drop 3 EPs. The Longshot, aka Billy, he dropped 3 EPs on SoundCloud yesterday. So if anyone's interested in watching that review, let me know. I may review those. I don't know. I have listened to them, and I do think they're pretty good. But they're a lot rawer. They're not as polished as this. They're not finished works, I don't think. That's why they're on SoundCloud. They didn't get an official release. But there's another 11 songs on there. So if you're interested, most of them are covers. But if you're at all interested, let me know, and I may make a review of that as well. Lots of crazy stuff happening with Billy lately. He just keeps releasing music. And that he also is going to release Devil's Kind, the rework of Devil's Kind, which is, of course, on Ordinary World as well. So lots of stuff coming from Billy lately. Devil's Kind, I'll just go ahead and talk about that real quick, since it probably should have been on the album. I don't know why he left it off in the first place. Really, really catchy song. When I first heard it on the film, I was in love with it. Really happy to see it released again. I don't think it would be my favorite if it was on this album. I think it would fall somewhere in the middle, but I do really enjoy it. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and play you guys a medley of my favorite songs from Love Is for Losers by the Longshot.
I'm riding shotgun near a car that's broken down. Nowhere to run in this city's like a ghost town. I'm feeling like a stranger, and I'm stranded in the dark. I'm in misery. I'm sorry what I ever did, and I promise that it won't be the last
Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that. And now to give my final thoughts on the album. Is it as good as a Green Day album would have been? No. I didn't really expect it to be. And I think that's really how you need to approach this in order to get a lot of enjoyment out of it. Realize that it's not going to be quite as good as Green Day's stuff. At least in my opinion, it's not. Doesn't have the same punch as a Green Day album would. But it's still really fun music, and I think all of these songs would be really fun to hear live. Again, I'm really disappointed they're not coming anywhere in the Midwest at all. They're just doing West Coast and East Coast pretty much. So fingers crossed they'll add more tour dates. I would make the trip to Chicago if they came. That's about a 4-hour trip when I'm at home for the summer. But I would make the trip to see Green Day, or to see Billie in a small venue. That's always been one of my dreams. But anyway, I think all these songs would sound amazing live. Just really fun rock and roll music. And while it's not extraordinary, like I said, it's a lot of fun. I'm just going to keep saying that over and over again because it's a lot of fun. It's very catchy music. And for that reason, I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 5. That's a bit high rating. I didn't even give Jack White's album 4.5 out of 5. But this is my opinion. Purely my opinion. Is it the most extraordinary music ever? No. But it's something that I love. And I'm going to love these songs forever, I feel. So that's the reason why I'm giving it such a high grade. And that's pretty much going to wrap this up. Again, Love is for Losers by the Longshot. I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5. We'll see if my opinion changes down the road. Who knows? I hope not, because I really, really I've been listening to this for the last 3-4 days. Really love it. Listened to it probably about 10 times already. That's how much I love Green Day. I love Billie. So yeah, that's going to wrap up this video. Hope you did enjoy. If you did, leave me a like. Also hit that subscribe button down below to stay tuned for future content. I'm planning on going to a movie tomorrow, so look forward to an episode of Let's Go to the Movies very soon. And then also comment down below both your thoughts on the album and then also your thoughts on a potential review of the 3 Longshot EPs. I would do that all in one video if you're interested. If not, I may not bother with it because I don't really have a whole lot more to say. But I think I've already said pretty much everything I wanted to say in this video, and I feel like I repeated myself a million times. But if you are interested, just let me know, and I will maybe get to it. So yeah, again, let me hit that subscribe button, and have an amazing week. Bye.
How lonely is your lonely? How lonely is your lonely? How alone is your restlessness?